Hi guys, it's Louise with Gallery 1 Point Fashion and welcome to the sewing room. We're so glad to have you join us. We're going to start a little early because we have so much to cover. We are going to take it a little slower, try to get through this together. It is how this episode is called How to Hem a Pair of Slacks. So, pants, slacks, there's so many ways to do this. I'm just going to show you our little tips and tricks. We are right now waiting for a couple people to come on. And as soon as they come on, then we'll start the class. And hello everyone, we're so glad that you joined us today in the sewing room. How to hem a pair of slacks. We're gonna have a good time. Like I said, there's so many versions of this. So we're only gonna pick one. And the one that I picked today, I feel like it's the easiest way to do it. Especially if you're just getting started sewing and a lot of this is a little foreign to you. This will help you get through, okay? So also, thank you to Legacy Rental Homes. Okay, so they invited us to come and give these free mini classes in one of their model homes. So the model home is right across from the clubhouse at 1108 Legacy Drive. And welcome. Hello. Welcome to the sewing room. So again, if you want to show up in person, we're here at the model home right across the street from the clubhouse. The door's open. We have snacks. Yay! And we have beverages and we have a pair of slacks. We're getting ready to go through this class, okay? We're here every first and last Wednesday of every month, unless otherwise told. Hi, baby girl. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a pair of slacks. You're going to follow along with us and you got your sewing tools. And I hope you have your snacks and your beverages. Well, you know we always have to have that when we sew. My son has a private joke about that, about his mother in, never mind, in the drink. But we will move on. So glad for you to join us today. Just a couple of announcements I wanted to get out the way. I'm going to read my notes on this other screen here. We have some events coming up. The next sewing class after this one is how to hem a skirt. So if you miss this one, oh, yes, mommy loves her drinks. Hello, Fireworth 222. So glad that you could join us. We are in the sewing room. I was just going over some quick announcements. How to hem a skirt is going to be our next one. And it's going to be, so if you miss this one and you don't get it all, it's going to be August 31st from 6:30 to 7. Now, again, these are live, but they're also in person. So like anybody could like walk in any minute, you know, and I have to, you know, this counter is big enough for us to actually work on, almost like as big as the counter in my studio. So it's lots of fun. Like I said, get your snacks, get all your sewing tools, get you a pair of slacks that needs hemming, and we will go through this together, okay? So the 31st, get a skirt. These are all free, guys. If you miss these, don't worry. My producer is working on getting these on our YouTube channel. That's Gallery 1 Point Fashion. That's going to be on our YouTube channel. Just search for Gallery 1 Point Fashion. Look for that channel and then look for the series, the mini series, how to, which will be the sewing room. Okay, those are the names of our series. The other event that's coming up at Gallery 1 Point Fashion is the Schoolhouse Rock Back to School event. It is going to be this Saturday, August the 6th at 2 to 6 p.m. So guys, you're going to want to bring your kids. You're going to want to just come and hang out. We're going to have a live DJ. I'm so super jazzed about this. His name is The Sound Man. and we get to test him out. He's going to bring out the tunes. I am super jazzed about that. You don't know. We got SPG barbecue. We've got Caribbean house food. P-Fun Arts is going to have a huge wing full of arts and crafts for all ages of kids. So, I mean, if you like arts and crafts, come in and enjoy that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got apparel, we've got non-apparel vendors showing up, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Popcorn, cotton candy and snow cones, all of that's free. Free bounce house ride for the kids, all by Janelle's party house. She's sponsoring us for this event. So come on out, say hi to your neighbors, say hi to us. We love it. You know we love it. All right, who else joined us? Hey. Thank you for joining the sewing room. We are so excited that you have joined with us. I was just going over a few announcements, but do stop me anytime and drop your comments. That this is interactive. I don't just want to, be saying stuff. You guys give me some questions or some comments or even a class that you like to see in the future, okay? So we've got that going on. And then today I put live on our website the annual Women's Health event. So that's being sponsored by a very special sponsor of ours, good friends of ours. That announcement's coming up probably next week or so. And that's going to be October 1st from 2 to 6 p.m. If you're a vendor, you're going to want to jump in there fast. We have a lot of already folks that are getting on Eventbrite. And if they're a cancer survivor, we're going to have a special gift for them. So we want to come celebrate life for them, with them. It's all about hashtag celebrate with us. Celebrate life with us, okay? So we want to definitely embrace those survivors. They're our heroes, and especially the women with ovarian or thyroid or breast cancer survivors. So do have them come on. It's on our Facebook event as well. It's been created there, and a link there to Eventbrite. So if you can't find us directly on Eventbrite, you can always go directly to the link, and that will make your reservation. As you make a reservation on Eventbrite, it's a free event. It's free. But as you make that reservation, that allows me to go in and prepare a special gift for that survivor. So if you know that survivor would like a gift and celebration of their life, then go ahead and do that, okay? We got a couple of classes. I will stop toward the end and of the end of the class and go over those with you. Just so excited to see all these awesome. Yes, baby girl. You are an ovarian cancer survivor, and you are our hero, honey. You are our hero. We're so glad to be able to celebrate life with you. And please do go on there, and if you haven't already, and do a reservation so that we can make sure we have a gift just for you, okay? So that's going to be a special event. I can't wait to see you then. Let's get into today's class. So today's episode is how to hem slacks. Now, you already know there's like 1,000 YouTube videos on how to do this. I just picked one, and it's the easiest one that I do. I do all the time. We do alterations at Gallery 1 Point Fashion, 401 West Pecan Street here in Pflugerville. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekly. All right. So if you don't want to do your own alterations, then go ahead and send them to us. But if you want to learn how to do them, we have the classes online as well. So we're going to start with these pair of slacks right here. I'm going to go over some very simple tips. Here's what I normally do. Okay, just 5 simple tips, 5 simple things, right? One is measure. The other one, mark. Measure again. That's number 3. Cut and sew. Very simple, right? Hey, Johnny. Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, she says I'm a young lady. I love it when y'all say that. So 5 easy steps. 5 easy steps. Measure, mark, measure again, cut, and sew. That's what we're going to cover today's lesson. So get your pair of slacks ready. We don't even need a machine, a sewing machine for this class, okay? We're going to use this pair of slacks that I grabbed that has no hem on it. You can see it's a serged hem right here. We are also going to grab some tools. So I'm going to go over my little tool tray right here. We're going to need some of these. These are push pins and our pin cushion. You'll need some thread. You'll need a package or one of hand stitched sewing needles. We have these online if you don't have them. You'll need some snippers. You know we always have snippers. Those are scissors for thread. Thread only scissors. We have fabric cutting scissors, right? There's a difference. Attend one of my other classes and you'll figure out why. We have, just in case we need it, a seam ripper. Won't probably be using that this time. I like to use the tweezers, the long sewing tweezers, in order to actually thread my needles because it makes it easier for us young ladies to do so. Right, Johnny? We need some chalk. This is tailor's chalk, okay? Not chalk on a chalkboard, but what they call tailor's chalk. So we're going to use that to mark. I like to use these clips. I like the big ones and I like the small ones. So I use that often, and I'm just showing you what I do. So I'm sure that there's some experts out there that can show us so much more, but I'm just showing you what I do. I'm just sharing my information. And we'll need a measuring tape, okay? Did you guys get all that? All right. Kind of grab those things if you're not in your sewing room right now with your beverages and your snacks. And let's go to the sewing table. So on the table, what I like to do is I like to find, first of all, we need to measure. So when you're measuring, your slacks, a quick measurement is always to go to find your inseam. And to find your inseam, that's the seam that's on the inside of your legs, okay? So what we're gonna do is that intersection where they meet, right there in the crotch area, you're gonna take your measurement and you're gonna measure your body where you want that to lie, okay? Today, I already know we wanna end up at a 29-inch inseam. Now that's one of my clients' favorite. I know it by heart. I wonder if he's gonna pop on because he normally watches us. But his inseam is 29 inches, and so I already know that's what we're gonna do with this pair. Okay. So that being said, so you got to measure first. Measure yourself. So you measure that inseam, and again, you're going to go, how do I measure that inseam? Well, you're going to start with the intersection right there, that intersection. You're going to start there on your body, though. We're going to measure your body. So I'm sure you have on clothes, I hope. And you're going to measure, you start your measuring tape right from there. And then you're going to measure where you want on your leg, right here, where you want the hem to end, okay? You're going to find that measurement. Today we're simulating that as a 29-inch hem, okay? 29-inch inseam. So that being said, both these legs have to come out to 29 inches. First thing I'm going to do is turn these pants inside out. So turn your pants inside out. I hope you're following along. All right, they're inside out. Next, I'm going to find the butt. I know, I'm so animated, right? But that's what I do. I find the butt. The butt is the back end seams where that inseam was. So right here, these are in these gentlemen's pants. There's the inseam. And I'm going to match these legs together. Now, you say, well, how do you do that? Well, as I'm talking, I'm matching these legs and I'm getting that seam all together. And what I like to do now, you can use the pins to keep things together, or you can use your clips. So we're gonna use a little of both. I think I have enough pins and clips over here. And sometimes if you just shake it a little bit, the fabric will fall where it needs to. So I just shake it until I get a nice flat seam. Now, am I matching the seams exact? We're doing as best that we can here. There we go. So I like to face them. That's the outside of the leg. So now what I'm doing is I'm making one leg matching it to the other one. So we're just going to continue doing that until both these legs are nice and flat like this, okay? Can you see it? I hope you guys can see what I'm doing on the counter. All right. Now, what's important, so that we measure twice, we're going to measure twice, right? Measure, mark, and then measure again. And when we do this, we want to make sure, it's important. Hello, Kingdom Lifestyle. So good to see you. Thank you for joining us. As you get toward the end, you're going to make sure that all these layers are flat. Okay, that's real key. And once I get them flat and even at the end, I'll clip them together. Now, you can use the straight pins if you'd like, if you prefer that. I like these little clips because they don't stick me in the finger. I'm always getting stuck every time. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised I still bleed. So anyway, the end result looks like this, guys. Those are both legs pinned or clipped together. This is my end seam. This is the beginning where the crotch was. This is the end, right? And these are both legs clipped together. You end up with something like this. You make sure that it's nice and flat and smooth on your surface. Make sure you have a nice, flat, smooth surface that you're working with. Next, we're gonna take the tape measure, okay? I tried to get it to where anyway, take your tape measure and you're gonna start at that intersection where I showed you earlier where the crotch starts, and then you're going to measure all the way down till you get to 29 inches. Now 29 inches, hello, welcome to the sewing room. 29 inches is not your cut line. That is where I want the hem to end up with. But I'm going to mark it with a small mark. See if you can see it on the camera. I'm marking it on the edge here with a small mark. And that's to tell me that first mark, right there, that first mark, that is my final end. That's where my edge of my pants or my slack should end. Okay? Let me just fold these because the weight of them is making it fall. So that's 29 inches. Now, we're going to do a little math, okay? 29 inches, I want 1 inch hem, and I need 1/4 inch to tuck under. Because in the end, we're going to do what we covered before, is a fold over hem. Now, a fold over hem, you'll learn how to do that in Sewing 102. If you don't know how to do, hello, I'm trying to read your name, your handle name or your IG name, but it's so good to have you today. Thank you for joining the sewing room. Now, again, this is 29 inches is where I want it to end up. We're going to do a little math and say, okay, I want an inch. I want an inch. Where's my ruler? I want an inch length of my hem. Then I want 1/4 inch where I fold over. Again, Sewing 102 is where you learn how to do this. If you haven't already, or you don't understand that, you don't understand the lingo or what I'm going over, sign up for the class. It's only $45. It's a 4-hour class, and we cover all the different types of hems and seams, and we make it a lot of fun because we always have snacks and we have beverages. You know, we have a good time. All right. Oh, I know. So some of us are challenged. There just sometimes you just want to know how. You know, especially if you're a sewer. What's the best way? What's the fastest way to do this? Measure that inseam, mark where you want it to be. That's your final end, right? But that's not my cut line. I'm going to go 1 inch further down, like this. There we go. Now you can see it. It's in the camera now. 1 inch further down, because that's how long or how wide I want my seam to look like. And then I'm going to go 1/4 inch past that because I want to fold that under, okay? If you're just doing a serge and sew, which is another hem that we cover in Sewing 102, then you're just going to go ahead and do that serge line on instead of folding over, okay? So I'm going to do a second mark here, and that mark is my cut line. This is where I want to end. This is where I cut. This is 1 1/4 inch from where I'm actually going to end up. When I'm finished, I'll end up with a 29-inch inseam. Okay? Questions? You guys go ahead. Feel free. Drop your questions in there. If I don't get them today, I'll definitely answer you. Okay? Later on. So now you're saying, well, that's your cut line, but it just says it's just a cut, right? I mean, it's not really a cut line. So we're going to create us a cut line. What I like to do is measure from that cut line to the edge of the fabric. Mine says it's 3 1/4 inch. That's how much I'm cutting off, okay? So if I take my ruler and align it at the line, as you can see here, here, I'll use this, 3 1/4 inch from my cut line. This is my cut line. So I'm just marking where my cut line is. We're going to do it again. Remember, I don't really like doing all those straight lines and stuff because sometimes when you're using Taylor's chalk, a lot of times it kind of sticks, and there's tricks to getting it not to do that. But as a novice, I'm just going over what's easiest, right? So what I do is I mark little dashes. Can you see that? Can you guys see that? Okay. So 3 1/4 inch is what I'm measuring that we're going to take off. What's our steps? We measured, we mark, we measure again. So just to make sure that I have, and that I'm going to end up with 29 inches, I'm going to start and measure again. Where do I measure? From the cross section of the crotch all the way down that inseam, and I ended up with 29 inches. So measure, mark, measure again, and now cut. Now we're going to cut these at 29 inches. Now, I hate to do this because not everyone that walks into my shop is going to be 29 inches, and I did just grab these slacks off of the floor. And I hope my business partner is probably going, you're not going to cut those, are you? Because you already know once it's done, it's done. So I'm actually going to move. Let's see. Let's do this. What time I got? Oh, I only got 10 minutes. So I'm going to have to cut them. We're here. We're going all the way. You ready, guys? All right. So I align fabric cutting scissors, not paper scissors, guys. Fabric cutting scissors, and you go ahead and cut. All right. I'm not going to actually cut these because I think she'll really get me for that, because we can still sell these at 29 inches. We probably can't sell them that much. It's very specialized. So once you do that, I'm going to simulate that these got cut. Okay. Don't worry, I got this. We can navigate together. So we're going to pretend there's your cut line, okay? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold it over 1/4 inch. We still have our pants inside out, okay? The best method to do this, to keep it down, is to either pin it or clip them and then go over to your iron and press it down. It's very simple. So 1/4 inch hem is usually this size of that serge line. That's how I know that that's there. But you're going to measure that with your ruler or your tape measure. Okay, and there's special tools that you can use as well when you're at the ironing board to help you get that 1/4 fold over. Okay, once that's established, then you're going to fold it 1 inch again and then press. And then press. This gives you your fold over hem on the inside. We're still on the inside of the slap, okay? And what you're going to end up with is something like this. And I'm going to simulate it with a bunch of pins so that you can see it. And I'll try to get the right measurement for you. There we go. Now, pretty much when I'm doing this, I'll do little anchors, meaning I'll anchor myself from the seam, like that. And then I'll measure. That's 1 inch. Okay. And then I'll pin it or clip. And then I'll press. So it's a lot easier if you take things in segments rather than try to get it all done at once. That makes sense? Hope you guys are following along. Do you have some slacks that you're following along with? I know there's some sewers in our midst. How many years sewing do you guys have? Go ahead and drop that comment in there and let me know so I know how awesome you guys are. If you're just starting out, hey, I think that that's amazing and you're brave. And it's an awesome, sorry, I was trying to show you. It's an awesome skill to learn. A lot of young people that we know today don't know how to sew. They don't even know how to thread a needle. And actually, it doesn't matter what age they are. A lot of folks just don't know. And it becomes essential after a while. All right, so now I'm still on the inside of the slacks, and I have pinned it where I want it to. We're gonna simulate that iron going over there. Of course, use a pressing cloth when you do this because the iron has a tendency to leave shiny marks on any kind of polyester type pant. So you always wanna use that. Remember I told you it's gonna give you plenty of tips, okay? So do that, and then once that's done, you will thread your hand stitch needle and go ahead and do your fold over hem, your stitch for your blind stitch. If you don't know how to do a blind stitch, try to go back to my YouTube channel and look for when we did the sewed, where we did, I think it was how to thread a needle, okay? We went over briefly of how to do a blind stitch. If you want to know more of how to do blind stitches, that is also in Sewing 102, okay? Those are live on our website, so you can jump on the website, grab one of those dates you don't see the date that you want, go ahead and send me an email with some dates that you have available. And I will see if I can move my calendar around and teach you Basic Sewing 102. And basically that class covers everything that we just talked about, the hems, the different types of hems, the different types of seams, how to thread your needle, and do a different types of stitches. All right, whether it be with the machine or whether it be by hand. So they're real quick essentials. I give you a whole bunch of tips in those too. Any questions, you guys? I just want to say shout out. It's almost time for us to end today's mini class. I wanted to say shout out to, again, Legacy Rental Homes for allowing us to come. They invited us to do our little mini classes here because it's in a home environment. I'm actually in one of their model homes in their kitchen. This is their counter. Isn't this gorgeous? So you guys need to go in there and take a little tour of their counter, of their homes. They're right at 1108 Legacy Drive, so do that. Remember the events that I talked to you about. I talked to you about some classes that we have. We do have alterations classes that are out there, that how to hem the slacks, and we go in depth then. It's an hour class, but it covers so much. And you actually bring a pair of slacks or pants to the class, and we actually workshop through it. So, and we're working on your project. Oh, thank you, thank you. I try to give you guys as much tips as I can. Next week, the next class, which will be on the 31st, I'm going to share with you the book of the month for August, okay? I usually do that at the end of the session. If you guys want me to do it at the beginning, let me know. But most of the books you can get from Amazon or you can get from Barnes & Noble. But there are very, very helpful reference books. They have lots of pictures. You know, I'm very visual. And along with their YouTube channels too, the YouTube channels. Basic sewing, I went over. Oh, toward the end of the year, let me know if you guys are interested in some sip and sews. That's where I throw a party for you and your friends to come with your machines, and we do a project together. But I also have my vendors come in for wine. All right, so they'll come in, wine. There's one for beverages and for cocktails. There's another one that does little hors d'oeuvres and things like that. So there's another one that does sweets, and we do intermission and everything, and we have music, and we have so much fun. So let me know if you guys are interested in the sip and sews for the holidays. So much fun. We can sew together. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. It's been my great honor and pleasure to be your host for this episode. See you again soon, hopefully this weekend at the Schoolhouse Rock Back to School event at 401 West Pecan Street. That's for Gallery 1 Point Fashion here in Pflugerville. Thanks so much, and until next time, we'll see you soon.